Okay students, welcome to the next section of the Python lesson. So in this lesson I'm going to teach you about strings and what do you mean by strings, why do we use strings for, and how to create them, how to work with them, and what sort of common operations that you can do with strings. It is very common and it is very what do you call it's very common in programs that you come across text values to work. So we'll see how we can easily work with them, right? Without further delay, let's get started. So I'm going to create the project or I'm going to create a program here. So I'm going to create a new Python script here. I will click on new and I will say chap underscore 2 underscore strings, right? So and dot py I have to give as the extension. So that program is ready here. So if I type that, font size also be incremented. You can see the font size there. Okay, right. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can do that. So first of all, the source code itself, I will be making it much more meaningful for you, so that when you are referring your codes, it will be useful for you to read and understand what is happening. So for that reason, okay, if we say what are strings, okay, so actually strings are, right, so I don't want to waste time, right, let me get that note for you. So if you take a look at this note here, strings in Python are surrounded by either single quotes or double quotation marks, right? So we know this is double quotations and this is single quotations. So if you inside this one, if you type this is a text value or a string value, this is also another text value. So you can either use double quotations or single quotations.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, நாங்க தமிழ் மீடியம் ஸ்டூடண்ட் கொஞ்சம் இருக்கோம். கொஞ்சம் இங்கிலீஷ்ல
wait பண்ணுங்க கொஞ்சம் wait. Okay, let's continue. Thanks for asking that question. Don't worry, I will be explaining in Tamil and Sinhala in a while. Right, so you can either use double quotations or you can use single quotations. Right, now so it says let's look at string formatting and some string methods. So first of all, if you want to create a string, this is how you create the string. You can give a name of a variable, use the equal sign, and you can use either double quotations to store that, or you can store single quotations to store that. That's totally up to you, right? So that we have a variable called name and it has the value John, and John is text value. And if you say age, let's say John's age is 20, and that is fine. This is not text value, that is numeric value. Okay, right, fine. That is the basic idea of what is a string. So it's just a one sentence. Let me explain it in Tamil and Sinhala. I will continue the lesson from there onwards, right? So the next lesson that we're going to learn is I'm going to show you using strings what sort of common things that you can do. Okay, so we basically call these things as string operations. Okay, string operations. So how to do those things, I'm going to explain it to you. So let's see how we can do that part. So the first thing we're going to learn, that is called concatenation. Concatenate. Okay, concatenate. Simply concatenating means joining, right? So joining together, right? So let me show you an example here how it works to you. Let's see, you want to put a print command, right? And when you want to print something, you use within single quotations, let's say hello, then say my name is, right? And you want to display whatever you have stored inside this variable name. So if you type hello, my name is, inside these two single quotations, if you just give the name of the variable, it's not going to work for us, right? When you run this one, see, hello my name is name, it says. Instead of displaying hello my name is John, it displays hello my name is name. So what you got to do is we have to go outside the single quote, put a plus mark, right? And you can put name. This plus mark also you can use, comma also you can use, So in upcoming lessons I will teach you how to do that part, right? Comma also we are using. For the time being, let's use the plus mark. It will work, right? So let's run this and see what happens. Now when you get this one, then output comes as hello, my name is John, right? So if you change this into my name is Anne, right? So if you change the value to Anne here, if you run this program, it will display Anne here, right? Hello, my name is Anne. So the variable what you have stored is what is accessed here when you want to use it in your program. Okay, right, let's put one more thing. Let's say print, you want to say hello, and you put a comma, my name is my name is, and you want to put your name, and again you put a plus and you put a single quote and keep a space, and I am, right? You want to put your age, right? So age is not string, it is numeric, right? So let's see whether we will get an error message there, right? We get an error message here, right? Hello, my name is Anne. This line we don't have any error, but when we try to do this one, we have a problem. This is text, this is text, this is text, no problem, you can join them, but this is not text, it is numeric, so it is not directly allowing us to do that. What you have to do is you need to convert this text to string. So you say str, open close parenthesis, and if you do it like this, then it will work fine. Then it says hello, my name is Anne and I am 20. Okay, so that is how it works. Alright, so that is pretty simple, and this line if you directly put, that will result in an error message. Okay, right. Well, that is about the concatenation, right? Let me speak about 1 minute about that in Tamil and Sinhala. Right, the next part I'm going to teach you is how we're going to use something called positional arguments, right? So one by one, slowly we are learning how to work with text values, string values. So I'm going to teach you next, which is called the positional arguments, right? So take a look at this one. It's very simple how you do that. Okay, right, the next part I'm going to do is I'm going to again use the print statement. Okay, and we're going to use single quotes, right? And I will type something like this: my name is, okay, my name is, and you use open close curly braces. Okay, open close curly braces. Inside this you can type a name of a variable. My name of the variable is name itself, and you say and I am, and here age should come. Okay, right? So what we do is, next step what we do is, from here, right, after this what we need to do is we need to use actually name and age are placeholders. They are just placeholders. In these places will be replaced with this value, and this place will be replaced with this particular value. That is why we call these things as placeholders, right? So here the text value where it is finishing, you need to keep a dot and you need to put something called format. Now we're going to, throughout the program we're going to do this one. Format means according to expected output we're going to take. I'm going to say name is assigned the value name, comma, age is assigned the value age, right? Let me run this once, then I'll again explain it to you. Okay, right, last line of the output only I want you to concentrate, right? Say watch this. Seems there is an error. Let's see whether we can fix it. There is no error here, but you know it is if you take a look at this one again, you can see text value starts here, text value finishes here, the whole thing, right? This is what we're going to print. So we're going to say my name is Anne and I am 20. That's what we want to print. So within open close curly braces we give the placeholder. So if you like, you can give N here and A here. So we say N assign the value name and A assign the value age. So this placeholder will be replaced by this particular variable's value. This placeholder will be replaced by this particular variable's value. So if you run this one, same output comes, no problem. But in order to keep it more meaningful, we better use it some meaningful variable names, so it is easy for you to read and understand the program. That's the reason we do that, right? Okay, so that is about the formatting. And actually I can put another comment here saying, let's say so ultimately you will have the full note with you as well, not only the code, right? So that is what it's about. Okay, we're going to continue this part. The next part I'm going to teach you is how to work with f strings. There is a method called using f strings. Let me show you how it's done, right? You have to remember Python has versions, right? You should understand, in my computer Python software is not very properly got installed. That is why last week also when I tried to set the path and all, it was not working. But somehow how I can run the programs. In your PCs it won't be that issue if you properly install and run this. Anyways, version 3.6 and above only this particular function is going to work, and this is very convenient for us to use. I'm going to show you how it's done. Now this particular code that you see here, this is also too much of code. Like, you have to put a lot of effort and you have to do a lot of code work here, right? I'm going to do it even easier than that by using this particular method. Now watch, I'm going to use watch this. I'm going to say print. You know what is the command print does? It whatever you give inside double quotes or single quotes, it will be giving that on the output screen, or if you give a name of a variable, that will come on the screen. I'm going to say print, and I'm going to use a single f, right? Simple f, and after that you simply use the double quotes or single quotes of your text value, right? Now see, when you just type f, it just stays there, and when you put single quotes, it is coming the f string, that is the formatting string. Okay, formatted string. I'm going to type my name is, same stuff, right? Open close curly brace, and I am, right? So inside this one I'm going to say name, and here I'm going to type age. So this is very simple. If you take a look at this particular line, that is the same thing I have typed, except that in front of that I have used a letter F. So this is, please remember, this will work in latest versions of Python only. So if you are using any old versions which is older than 3.6, it's not going to work for you. Okay, right? So I'm going to execute the program. Please observe the very last line. 1, 2, 3. There are already 3 lines of code. Will come, and I'm going to use this particular line now. 4th line is the one I'm expecting, right? Let's run that. So you can see this is the line I'm interested in understanding. This is the particular line. My name is Anne and I am 20. That is pretty easy and pretty simple to work with or do the work. Alright, okay, so that is about how to display something very nicely and formatted. Alright, I'm going to continue the next part. We're going to talk about some commonly used string methods. Okay, so so I can put like string methods. It's pretty simple things that you can do with what do you call this Python, right? I can do this one very simply. So we'll take a variable called s and we'll put the value whatever we want we can put, right? So we'll use hello world. uh, for testing purpose, let's type everything simple letters. Okay, hello world, everything simple letters, right? First thing, I'll be putting a comment like this. What I'm doing, I will be putting in the comment and I will be showing you the method. When I execute the program, please observe the very last line of the output, that's all. Other lines you skip because previous programs are running, and I am not commenting all these things because when you take this source code to your machine, you should be able to take a look at them and you should be able to run and see what is the output coming and so on and so forth. For that reason, I am not deleting any of these things. I'm just keeping all those things in my program and doing it further down. Alright, okay. But let me do a small change in the program. Let's cut this one, let's close this one. I'm going to create another script. Let's say chapter 2 strings dot python, but chapter 2 strings another exercise. This is another program, right? Okay. So here we will have this stuff. I think I made a mistake in the file name, right? So let's rename that one. I didn't give the extension there. Got it? Right. Okay, we got this one. So in this program we can run. So our program will be very clean in the output. So our program will be very clean when we do that. Right, so first of all we'll see how we can make every letter into capital. So it's pretty simple how you do that. We'll say print, okay, print. Now you can say s dot, and you can see because I'm using VS Code, all the things that you can do with that part, it nicely popping up. So even you can learn the things that I'm not teaching you today as well. You can learn from internet as well. If you don't know what do you mean by count, encode, if you want to learn about these things, you can do it. I'm going to use some simple ones and show you quickly. Capitalize, right? And you make sure you use open close parenthesis like this to tell that what is going to be. So to be on the safe side, I'm going to say the output, let me put on the screen how the output is going to be, right? So capitalize is going to change the words into like this. That means it's like a sentence. The very first letter will be capital, all the other letters will be in simple letters, right? Let's run that. You can see that is the output which is coming, right? So that is about capitalize, right? The next one I'm going to teach you is let's say make all uppercase. So uppercase means everything in capital letters, right? So let me explain this a little bit more, another one or two methods, then I will explain in single and Tamil. The next one we're going to do is how we're going to convert everything into capital letters. So we say print and s dot, you can say upper, right? Make sure that you don't miss the open close parenthesis. Actually the output will come like this. Output should come like that. So please, when I run the program, see the last line only. There you go, you can see hello world, everything comes in capital letters. One more, after that I'll explain it. Let's say everything how we can make into simple letters. Make all lowercase. So very simple, s dot lower, right? And you should understand already it is in lowercase, so output is going to come everything lowercase. So it will say like this. Once we will run, so everything is coming in simple letters. For a change, I'll change this one. Now see, there are mixture of capital simple letters here in this one. So if I run this now, say take a look at the last one. You can see this one, everything capitals. This is everything simples. Everything simples. So that's what I was explaining you. Okay, so these are the methods that were used to do that, right? Okay, let's continue the next part. So we have some more time left, so we can do some more functions or methods. Well, we're gonna do something like this now. Next one I'm going to do a swap case. We'll see what you mean by swap case. It's like this. If you have simple letters, it will turn them into capital letters, and capital letters will be turned into simple letters. It's pretty simple. Now you can see here hello world is typed H capital, LL capital, again WOR capital. In the output you will see the opposite of this. See, when you run that, you will see here wherever you had capital simple letters, they are in capital letters now, and wherever you had capital letters, they are in simple letters now, right? So that is what the output will look like. So the output will look like that. That's the reason, right? Okay, let me explain one more, right? That is swap case, and that we're going to learn one more very important function, right? We'll see how to get the length. So with the this method, we can find out how many characters are there. It's very useful. So it can be used for, right? I'm adding the notes also for you, so it's easy for you. Can be used on string, list. I will teach you what is a list in upcoming class, and any other types, and we'll get the length or amount of characters in this case, right? Okay, so we'll do one. You can do it either way. For example, you can take a variable called x, assign the value, you say len open parenthesis s. You can give like this. So this will actually return the value of number of characters found in this, and you can just print x like this. Then you will see the output as I don't know, we will print and see what is the number of letters there, right? So let's run that. So it's printing 11 because there are hello world including the space. There are here 5 6 6 plus 5 yeah, 11 characters are there including the spaces. Okay, so if you don't want to do like this, you can directly do like this also, which means you can directly put print and you say len within brackets, you can directly give s. So that is also possible. Directly it will print the value of it. Okay, it is up to you how you want to do it. Anyway, that will give the output as 11. Okay, right? So that is about the thing. Let me explain that one more in English, then I will do the parts in Sinhala and Tamil, then the time will be enough for us to finish the class, right? Okay, one more we are going to do is called replace. So with the word itself you would have got what it is going to do, right? So replace can be used for replacing characters or words, right? So let's say print, and we say s dot replace, and you have to give first of all what you are replacing with what. We'll say word world, right, and put a comma, and you're going to say everyone. Okay, so it should give us the output as hello everyone, not hello world. we have a problem here. See whether the output might not come properly. It just displays as hello world itself. And this replace is not properly working. It's not properly working. The reason for that is here you can see capital symbols is not matching, so this is case sensitive. For that reason it's not working. I'm going to do this one. I will put like this. Again I'll store a value. I'll put everything in simple letters. Now we will see what's going to happen. Or else I can put another one like S2. Okay, let it be S. Right. So let's run. Did you notice that? So this word world is getting replaced with the word everyone. Okay, so that is what it is doing. Okay, let's continue with the methods of the string. The next part, it's going to be, now we learnt up to a len function. Len in the sense, len will tell you how many characters or how many symbols are there in a text, right? After that we learnt about replace also we learnt. Now we're going to learn something called count. Okay, so let's say how we can use a count function. So count is used for, right, I don't need to type it, I'll just show it and show you, right? So let's say subject is equals to, we'll type something like simple h. Okay, then we'll say print, we say s dot count, and we give sub, right? So you need to make sure output will be 1. Okay, 1, and you need to know this is case sensitive, right? This is case sensitive. So I'll run this and show you what is going to be the output. There is nothing much to explain there, so we can try that. So when you run that, output is coming as 1 here, you can see that. So the count function, what it does is, you can see s is having the value hello world. This is what we have. So, and we are asking it to find out s dot count. Count means how many times this is occurring, we are finding, right? Instead of h, let's type o and see. It is case sensitive, please make sure that is case sensitive. Let's run this now and see what's happening. That is, letter O is appearing 2 times. In the world it's once there, and hello also it's there. Okay, anything appearing many times, E. Let's try whether we have a letter E, because everyone we are giving. Let's try letter E and see. Letter E is appearing only once. In the hello part, E is there. Okay, right. So if I give the word like LLO, I think this part should match, right? Let's say whether we can get that once. That's also coming once. So these three, this part is matching. So if you want to match and count that, you can make use of the count function. Okay, right. I'll leave it to letter H. So that's about the count function, right? I will finish another 1 or 2, then I will explain it in Tamil and Sinhala. Okay, right, that's about the count. Then we will explain another one, that is called whether we can check out using something called start with. Okay, whether it is starts with. So directly I'll do the code for you and show you. We'll say print, right, print, and we type s dot starts with. Okay, starts with, and we type something like hello, right? And if it does starts with that part what you are checking for, it will return true, otherwise it will return false, right? So that will that is case sensitive. Okay, right, true, this is case sensitive. Right, so we will run this and see. So you can see true is coming. So we'll type something which is not available here. Right, let's type, this is capital H, rest of the things are okay. Let's say whether it is starting like that. Now we should get false. Every time I'm saving the project, I can see false answer is coming. Okay, right, let's put H again and we'll keep it. So we'll run that. There we go. So it comes like this. Okay, right, okay, so next method that we're going to learn is going to be, we learned about the starts with, and the opposite of that, it's going to be the ends with. So we're going to say ends with. So we can find out whether something is finishing with what we are checking for, right? S dot ends with, and you can search for it, right? Let's search whether it ends with hello. This will give false. Alright, we'll first of all go for something which will match there. You can see that value is hello world, so it's supposed to finish with the letter D. Let's put a simple D. This should give us true. Okay, this is case sensitive. Please remember that is also case sensitive. I'm going to execute the program, and please check the very last line, and you can see that's also coming as true. The reason for that is this is ends with a letter D. I'll try something different, right? Let's try something like Q, right? So this word doesn't finish with the letter Q. This time it should give us false. There we go, correctly it is giving us false. That is how the ends with part works. So it's opposite to the starts with part, ends with, right? Okay, let's move on to the next part, which is split. This is quite interesting to do, splitting. Okay, then it is very useful as well. So when you want to split something, okay, right, so that means you're going to break it into sections. Okay, I'll save some time. Well, split is what we are doing. So this is what the text is about, right? So what it says, take the string and turns it into a string. Take the string and turns it into a string. Basically it's an array. Array means it's going to be a collection of variables, and it will have all the words in the list. Okay, in the list. I will explain you this one, very simple. By default it is going to split with the letters space. Let's try. We'll take something like word list, assign the value s dot split. Okay, s dot split. Now this one gives you a list of 2 items, right? So 2 items, that is actually it returns us a list. Next lesson we will learn about the lists. If you say print, and if you say str, that means we are converting into string. We say word list, and we should get the output like this. We will get the output like hello comma word. So that breaks into words automatically. It breaks into words and it gets stored in a list. Right now when I run this one, see, we should get the output. You can see hello world, right? Okay, let me quickly explain that to you, right? For example, if this is your computer's memory, and if this is a string variable that you have, and the name of the variable is what did I give, s, right? Yeah, s is the variable name I gave, and it is having the value hello world. This is how it is there in the computer's memory. Now when you use this split function here, when you use this s dot split, what it does is, in the computer's memory, it creates a list actually. So no one have actually seen a list. Actually it is something like a group of variables where it is kept under one place, right? So actually we haven't given, right, we have given like word list. We are creating something like a word list. This is what we have, and it is going to store the value here. First it's going to put the hello part, and the next item it's going to put the world part. This is what's happening. Okay, when you ask the computer to split it, it is going to break it into two separate words, and separately it's going to store them. Later we can access that as well. Okay, right. I think you should be able to access one item if you want. Let me try that. There you go. 0th location, you have the hello part, and if you go for the first one, that is the, this is the 0th location. Here 0, that location is 0, this location is 1. If you had a third word, then you have another item called 2, third item. We don't have it, right? Hello world there, if you have, then you will have the word there also here. Okay, let's go back to the program, and you can individually access these list items like this. So don't worry about this, because under the list lesson we're going to learn this. For the time being, we are just learning the split function. What it does is, it breaks them into words, right? So it breaks them into things. So let's say whether we can break them using commas. I just want to try that. So I like to put some random commas here, 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 and here. Let's try this now. I don't want this. Let's delete that. Let's run that and see. There you can see it has got broken into HELLO, because I gave here something called a delimiter. This is called a delimiter. Delimiter means using which character it should be breaking it to pieces. Okay, right. So that is possible for you to use the split function. You can give a delimiter. If you don't give the delimiter, by default what it uses is spaces. It uses the spaces. See what happens now. See, hello world again, just 2 items, right? Okay, let's put that back to normal, right? Everything fine, so the output will come as intended. There we go, right? So that's about the, what do you call, that's about the split function. Okay, right. So let me explain that in Tamil and Sinhala and come back to you. Okay students, let's continue the lesson. Right. The next part of the function is going to be we have another section called find. Right. This note set, what I'm practicing with you, is already shared with you. According to that only I'm going. So today I will be giving you the note set as well again if you want, right? So let's see how you can use the find function. Actually what find does is, right, find function will find the position of a character or characters, right? So where it is there in the string, we can find out. Let's see, print s.find, and let's say letter E. First time where it is appearing, it will give you the letter. Okay, so it will give the value 1, because you know, if you take this character sequence inside the computer's memory, these characters are stored like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why letter E will give you the value 1 here. When you say find where it is, it will give 1, right? So if I run, you'll see the very last answer. It is coming as 1. So that is about the find function, right? Okay, so let's see what we got next. Let's say if you want to make sure a letter has not only characters, let's say whether it has numbers and maybe symbols as well. So if that is the case, you can reject it sometimes if you're expecting the user to enter, or if you're expecting only numbers and the user is typing something like numbers and characters and symbols, then we can reject this. To make sure, we can use another function for that. To save time, I'm copying and pasting this notepad for you. Is all alphanumeric. Let's try that. Okay. So print s dot is al num, right? So is alphanumeric is how you write short form is al num, right? Okay, and you need to put the open close parenthesis, and this should give false because we only have characters, we don't have any numbers. When we run, it should give the value false. Let's try that. There we got false. Let's say hello world 1 2 3. Let's try it now. Now also it gives false, right? Is all alphanumeric. So the value has come as true if we have only numerics is all num, right? So I think I put the heading wrong. Is all numeric. Okay, change the part. Hello, can you hear me? Is there any issue in my voice?
No, sir, clear.
Okay, right, so sorry about that confusion. Is all numeric, so this will give you true if this value is having everything numbers. Okay, now this is the value that we are working with. Is that part? I think I went down right here. So here we are changing that. So let's say hello world. Let's put that in simple letters. So that's going to give false, right? Yeah, gives you false, right? Because it doesn't have everything numbers. Okay, right, next one we'll check is all alphabetic, whether we have only characters. Let's try that one. Is all alphabetic. Let's print and see. S dot is all alpha, right? So this will give true. Sorry, this will give false. Okay, because of that there is a space. Is L is all alpha is as let's try now. Yeah, it gives false. Is alpha is what I should have given. Is alpha false now because of the space, right? Yeah, because of the space. Now one more thing, let's try here. We will make this word into just hello only, then this part should give you true because everything is only letters now. I saved it and you can see then it comes as true. Okay, otherwise it doesn't. Okay, right, so that's about is all alphabetic, right? And there's one more is there. Is everything is numeric. Okay, the alphanumeric is what didn't work for me properly. Is all alphanumeric. I will leave this one like this. Okay. Last one will do. That we all can do very simple. S dot is numeric, so that will give you again false. That's very obvious, right? It's going to give you false, right? So let's run that. There we go, it gives you false. Right, so that is about the string.